The day is just waking, and already sleep dust is being shaken from strides. This is not a journey that lasts as long as a dash around the block before work. This goes on for months, many of them, one after the other. It's a challenge for both mind and body, a challenge that forces you to ask one question above all others. Why? The answers lie along 42.2 kilometres. This is the marathon. To finish it is to win it. The Gold Coast, Queensland, one of Australia's most popular tourist destinations for both locals and overseas travellers. But amid the stunning beaches and spectacular skyline, not everyone comes to relax or have a party. The first weekend in July brings more than 25,000 people together for a celebration of running that has become known across the world. This year, visitors have come from 41 countries, many lured by the challenges of the headline act, the Gold Coast Airport Marathon.
I turned 50 this year and I thought, what way to celebrate and do it. It's my number one.
Why, I have no idea. I've already done one and one should have been enough, but I was crazy enough to do a second.
For people such as this entrant, what awaits is daunting. This is a formidable morning, the first time she has ever dared to run a marathon. She is one of 4 first-timers we will follow throughout the race. This is her story. You needn't spend much time with Megan Crockford to realise she likes sport.
If there's a sport in the world out there, I've probably tried it. Gymnastics, rugby union, surf lifesaving, first division football, the Brisbane women's comp. Love swimming, love running. Tried mountain climbing, tried mountain bike riding, certainly love cycling. Done a few triathlons.
Raised in North Queensland, she now considers the Gold Coast her home. And the Gold Coast also considers Megan as one of its own. 3 years ago, she was crowned Queensland's Summer Surf Girl, raising about $85,000 for local surf lifesaving.
It's all about fundraising and raising awareness of lifesaving, getting out in the community and, you know, teaching people about the surf and you know, the juniors and that sort of thing.
Surf lifesaving plays a vital role along coastlines across Australia. For Megan, a proud member of the Surfers Paradise Club, being part of Patrol is a way of life.
It can be a really big mixture. I mean, some days you really do just find yourself sitting watching the water if it's a nice calm day, you know, everyone's having a great time. And you know, there's other days when the weather is terrible, the ocean is huge, there's plenty of rescues going on, and you know, it really is about preventative actions, really, keeping everybody in the flags and you know, making them aware of where the dangers are so that they don't get into trouble.
But the beach is only part of this 29-year-old story. In her job as a media officer, Megan is a member of the Gold Coast team bidding for the 2018 Commonwealth Games.
The announcement of the winning host city is this year on the 11th of November, so we've got a very, very short time to put together a huge bid and try and win, this amazing sporting event for the Gold Coast.
From office wall to local parklands, sport is never far from Megan's thoughts. For the moment, thoughts of sprinting through a gap have made way for slow and steady wins the race.
The marathon's always been the big one. I suppose if you're a runner, a lot of people ask, well, have you done a marathon? And I've always said, well, no, I haven't. So yeah, this year I think just decided that was it.
Of all the runners taking part, none draw more attention than those from East Africa. The Kenyans and Ethiopians, they are the ones to beat.
People who came from this, like my tribe, are very good in athletics. And the place where they live, they train, is really good for training.
It's a different nerves. I definitely don't stand there thinking, oh my God, what's going to happen? I'm going into the space of unknown. I mean, I take a lot of confidence from my training, and I take a lot of confidence from the races that I've done leading in, and I stand there knowing that, I'm ready to go.
While the elite hurry away, for so many others, it's a shuffle filled with excitement. Then the steps get quicker and the hard work begins. As expected, the East Africans settle into the lead pack. This is their way. The Kenyans in particular work together.
Everybody here is coming for his own competition. He's coming to try his best, because I hope the course is so nice and everybody is hoping to run good. So only God knows about how they will run, how we will run.
It's hoped the speed will be boosted by the presence of two pacemakers, seen here in the orange and black tops. They've been instructed to run each kilometre in about 3 minutes 4 seconds, putting the pack on sub 2 hour 10 speed.
Yeah, all the way until, because he will be pacing till 30k. Then I'll try to go with him, and then the rest of the distance left, we'll try to push with the other Kenyans, the other athletes.
Yes, we've got the pacemakers that are going to go 64.30 through the half, but there's 7 Africans that have come out here with PBs that range from 2.8 to 2.12. So it actually gives depth in the second half of the race when it is actually getting tough, that you've got guys around you, you've got guys that you can feed off. If there's someone in front of you, you've got someone to chase. If you've dropped someone, you've got to continue to keep running hard so that they don't get on. So I think that's where the benefit of the race is going to come.
The race record is 2 hours 10 minutes 11 seconds, set 22 years ago by Australian Brad Camp. From the very start, the Kenyans show their desire to set a fast speed. Among them, 26-year-old Nicholas Manza, who came second in the Los Angeles Marathon 3 months earlier. He is understated about his hopes.
No, I don't know how I can say, because everybody will be wanting to win. And everybody is focusing on this race and focusing to win the prize.
Others with strong chances include Japan's Koji Harada, winner of this year's Senshu Marathon, and Australian veteran, 38-year-old Lee Troop.
It's one of those events that they're extremely hard to do, and if they were easy, everybody would be out doing them. But they're the most rewarding thing that you can get out of it, and you learn more about yourself, and the things that you learn about yourself you can take into everyday life that only make you better equipped to be better at what you do.
Troop is hoping to clock under 2 hours 12 minutes, an Australian qualifying time for next year's London Olympics. If he gains selection, he will be in rare company, making it to his 4th Games.
Oh look, I get to emulate what Robert De Castella and Steve Moneghetti have done, and that's to go to 4 Olympic marathons. And I think there's only 5 or 6 athletes ever in the history of the Olympic Games, so we're talking 120 years, that I didn't have the great career that Deke and Mona had, and unfortunately a fair bit of my career was injury plagued. But to still hang in there and really ride the waves as hard as they were crashing down and come through the other side with hopefully a 4th Olympic appearance really would say a lot for the persistence and perseverance that I've had to stay in the sport. And I'm really living the dream, and I know that the day that I retire and have to get another job, that job will be nowhere near as good as the job that I have now.